When Return of the Jedi was released in 1983, we were just getting a glimpse into the father-son dynamic of Luke Skywalker and Darth Vader. We didn't know exactly how the Jedi Anakin Skywalker had fallen from grace, or much of what Anakin was like as a Jedi. All we knew was that Darth Vader had become the evil persona of the once great Jedi Knight. Since then, there have been more films released and numerous written materials on Anakin Skywalker and his evil side. We now know how he fell and what a great Jedi Anakin was. We also learned that he wasn't completely evil. So what did Darth Vader mean when he said, "You don't know the power of the dark side"? Today on Star Wars Fanatic. If you're new to the channel, go on and hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications to stay up to date on all my Star Wars releases, which I do 2 to 3 times a week. Now, let's jump right into today's topic. When Luke Skywalker turned himself into Darth Vader on Endor, it was every bit of Luke's goal to turn his father back to the light and return him to Anakin Skywalker. At first, his plans didn't work out, but it did seem that Luke had touched Anakin within the dark facade of Darth Vader's armor and repression of his former self. But from what we saw in 1983, Vader wouldn't let go of his power. But was it that he wouldn't let go? Or was it that he couldn't let go? For a brief moment, Luke and his father share a moment. Instead of Luke addressing Darth Vader, we can now see that he is actually talking to his repressed father, the man that loved Luke's mother intensely. And maybe he could bring that man back to surface. For a second, he is successful. In his voice, you can almost hear Anakin's regret for what he has become, yet he knows he can't overcome who he has become. Luke says, "Come with me." Anakin then responds in a sentimental voice, "Obi-Wan once thought as you do. You don't know the power of the dark side." We believe this to mean that he was obsessed with his own power gained from his turn. But maybe that isn't so. When Anakin turned to the dark side in Revenge of the Sith, we see he is just that, obsessed with the power. And that was true for the younger Darth Vader. It was also true in A New Hope when he told Admiral Conan Antonio Motti that the power to destroy a planet is insignificant compared to the power of the Force. But that was before we knew he had a son, or he knew he had a son. Yes, having the new knowledge of a son tore Darth Vader more than killing Han Solo tore Ben Solo. There was something for Anakin to grab onto, a connection to his deceased wife, a family, the family he looked forward to as a Jedi. Now, in Luke's presence, Anakin's idea of that power has shifted. Instead of being obsessed with the power he has, Anakin now feels a prisoner to the power held over by his master. He even says, "I must obey my master." This line takes away his free will in the matter and places it more into the realm of Palpatine now controls him with the dark side. In the beginning, Anakin was frustrated with the missteps of the Jedi Order, his secret life with his wife, Padme, and how they treated Ahsoka when she was falsely accused of murder and treason. It was easy to bring him to the dark. But by the time Return of the Jedi had rolled around, some 24 years later, he was being tortured by his master and his suit, Emperor Palpatine, or Darth Sidious if you prefer. He had kept him a slave to his own anger and physical pain. It had also become his way of life, as half his life had been spent in this condition. If you read all the new comics in conjunction with the films, you will notice there is a struggle between Anakin Skywalker and Darth Vader, with Anakin quietly hinting that he needs help, but that voice was fading fast by the time he realizes he has a son, and Darth Vader wanting Luke dead. But when he meets Luke on Endor, Darth Vader's voice begins to fade more and more, and is replaced by Anakin Skywalker's. However, Anakin realizes the power of the dark side will always keep him down, but as he said, "I must obey my master." This was the voice of Anakin Skywalker. So Darth Vader wanted to either turn Luke to the dark side or kill him, while Anakin wanted Luke to free him, but Anakin was not the controlling voice, until he saw his son being slowly killed by Emperor Palpatine. Then Darth Vader slipped away long enough for Anakin to regain control. It's also a theory that the dark side also kept Anakin alive, in tandem with his suit. When the dark side left Anakin Skywalker, Anakin perished. It wasn't solely the suit keeping him alive. If it were, he would have died on Mustafar. Not to mention, there are also stories in the comics that see Vader's suit taking a real beating. When Luke told Anakin that he would die if he took his mask off, Anakin replies by saying, "Nothing can stop that now." Meaning, the darkness is gone, that is keeping him alive, and even a new suit wouldn't stop his death. So, when he said, "You don't know the power of the dark side," he meant the power it gave him, the power it had binding him to the Emperor, and its power keeping him alive. But what do you think? Was Vader the only one in control? Was he really only after the power it gave him? Let me know in the comments below. Let's discuss it. Darth Vader / Anakin Skywalker are two of my favorite characters due to the perceived depth of the characters. Everything isn't always black and white, good and evil. And if you are new here, go on and hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications to stay up to date on all my Star Wars related content. Also, give the video a like to show your love for what I do here. It really does help boost the channel and helps me gauge what new content to make. Thank you for watching, and remember, this is the way, the only way.